directing this loving kindness towards yourself. You can even picture yourself as a child if that's helpful. Holding an image of this child you in your heart and directing this goodwill towards them. Allowing a gentle smile to rest on the face. May I find true happiness within. May I be joyful and at ease. May I be free from all stress and pain. Noticing how this loving kindness feels in the heart, the sensation of the heart. And sending this childhood you on your way. And calling to mind a neutral person. There's no need to try to find the perfect neutral person. Just someone you don't have a strong feeling for one way or another. Maybe your mail carrier or someone you saw in the grocery store. Just calling to mind someone who's neutral and holding an image of them in your heart. Wrapping them in this sensation of loving kindness, of goodwill, and extending these phrases to them as well. Though I may not know you well, I know that just as I wish to find true happiness within, you too want true happiness within. You want to live joyfully and at ease. May you live joyfully and at ease. May you be free from all stress and pain. Continuing to extend these wishes to this neutral person. May you find true happiness within. May you be joyfully at ease. May you be free from all stress and pain. Noticing if you have any tension or resistance to sending them these feelings, these wishes. And if you notice any tension, consciously relax it, soften into it. This tension is what limits our goodwill, and we want our goodwill to be without limit. You can maintain this sensation of goodwill, but send the neutral person on their way. Next, calling to mind a difficult person. Not the most difficult person, not a mortal enemy, just someone who irritates you. Call them to mind, and if you feel up to it, you can hold an image of them in the heart. Noticing any tension or tightness this gives rise to and relax into it. Reminding yourself that what we're wishing for here isn't for them to be happy, still doing all the things that irritate people, but it's for them to find true happiness within, to find a source of true happiness within so they don't cause harm without. In other words, we're wishing for them to learn to act in a skillful way, in a way conducive to true happiness. And holding this image of them in the heart and extending these phrases, this wish to them. May you find true happiness within. May you be free from animosity. May you be free from anger. May you be free from pain and causing pain. Allowing that gentle smile to rest on the face. Noticing any tension building up around wishing this person well and softening it. It doesn't do you any good. May you find true happiness within. May you be free from anger. May you be free from pain and causing pain. And you can send this person on their way. That's enough of them. And just return to the sensations in the heart. That sensation of loving kindness, of goodwill. And lastly, as you get back in touch with this sensation and you allow a gentle smile to rest on the face, you can call to mind an image of the planet and hold this small earth in your heart. Extending these wishes for true happiness to all beings in all directions, without limit or exception, wrapping the whole world in goodwill within your heart. And if you want, you can use the breath to kind of stoke the flames of goodwill. Breathing in the goodwill, the loving kindness increases in intensity. Breathing out, it expands. It expands to fill the world, and it expands to fill the body. Breathing in, loving kindness intensifies. Breathing out, it expands. This loving kindness is limitless. The only limit it has is the one you assign to it. This loving kindness can expand throughout the body, and it can even expand beyond the body. It can expand to fill the entire world. and with goodwill for the entire world, human and non-human beings. You can slowly begin to open the eyes and stretch if needed, maintaining this attitude imbued with goodwill. So if anyone would like to share how that experience of meditation was for them. It's always interesting when a meditation has an intermission, whether intentional or not. Did you find it easy or difficult, enjoyable or unpleasant? So what was kind of interesting with that last portion of the meditation, so in the beginning, I couldn't decide if I wanted to do what we would consider traditional loving kindness meditation and traditional metta meditation, which was basically what we did for the most part. Or if I wanted to do what I would consider an even more traditional metta meditation, which is the instructions the Buddha himself gave, which the Buddha didn't lay out these instructions of self, benefactor, neutral person, difficult person, everyone. That's actually comes from the commentaries, things that are kind of written a bit after the Buddha died. So the Buddha's instructions himself had to do with the directions, not with the steps were based in the directions, not with particular people. So it was generating loving kindness or goodwill north first, and you radiate your goodwill north to infinity. And then you radiate your goodwill south to infinity and east and west and above and below until you're radiating all around. You're sending this goodwill out in all directions without limit. I couldn't decide between which two to do, so I ended up kind of accidentally doing both together. We went through the traditional stages of metta meditation, and then when it got to all beings, we actually did it more so of this feeling the sensation of loving kindness, allowing it to spread through the body and then out from the body. And again, as I mentioned in the meditation, the only limit that your goodwill has, the only limit that your metta has is self-imposed limits. If we intend for goodwill, for loving kindness to extend to all beings in all directions, and we do away with any concept of that not being possible, suddenly it becomes possible. Suddenly it doesn't feel limited. It feels like it can reach all beings. And that just demonstrates how strong of a role our perception plays in all of the activities throughout the day, all of the activities throughout the mind. If we perceive something as impossible, suddenly it becomes impossible. If we perceive something as possible, suddenly it becomes possible. if we perceive things working in a certain way, if we perceive that this sensation in the chest can spread through the body, suddenly this sensation in the chest does spread through the body. If we perceive that it can expand past the body, then it's able to expand past the body. Because this ultimately comes down to your own experience, your own felt experience of the body, of the mind, and of the world around us. So yeah, I don't know if anyone has any questions or comments, but I would love to hear them. Eric shared that it was a little difficult today. The couch might be too comfortable and they're sleepy. Get some sleep, man. Yeah, that's the meditation seat is just as important as any other aspect of the meditation. Yeah. If you're intending to give your all to the meditation, which ideally that's the intention you should go into every sit with. One of my teachers would often say that it's that you don't want to meditate daily, you want to meditate. Like when you're sitting to meditate, you're not just doing it as a habit. You're being careful not to slip into that mindset of it being a habit. It's just something you do every day. So you're doing it whether you want to or not. You kind of got to play this game with yourself where you convince yourself that you want to do it, that you know that it's beneficial for you. In the past, it's been beneficial for you. In the future, it will continue to be beneficial for you. So you're not doing it just because you think you should. You're doing it because you're convinced of the benefits of it. You're reminding yourself of the benefits of it. So when we want to bring that attitude to the meditation, it's important to have certain things in order. It's important to have a comfortable but not too comfortable place to sit. And it's important to attend to the instructions as best we can. When we find ourselves slipping off or making excuses in our mind while we're sitting, we remind ourselves this isn't something we're forcing ourselves to do. This is something that we want to do because it has benefits. Yeah. So, yeah, I think that's pretty much it for tonight. We're basically at time. It was wonderful sitting with all of you. Sorry about the technical difficulties. Took a bit longer to notice than usual because my eyes were shut. Yeah. So I hope you all have a good night. I'm sure I'll see some of you tomorrow. We'll close with a transfer of merit. May all beings in all directions, without limit or exception, be healthy, safe, joyful, and at ease. May we all be healthy, safe, joyful, and at ease. Metta karuna mudita upeka sahanga teya cetasa chaturi sambharatva viharati sambhavudaro bhavena sambhadhammaro bhavena sambhasangharo bhavena sote hantu nirantaram. Enjoy the rest of your night. We'll do probably forgiveness meditation tomorrow night.